I'm getting too old for this shit. I am getting too old for this shit. Man. God. All right. But they won. That's all that matters. Right? Rowan is a grown man. He is a grown-ass man. I think you could put the ass in there, right? He is a grown-ass man. Oh, God. Okay, let's talk about this one. As Breen just said, the Knicks have had 40-something consecutive or 40-something chances to win back-to-back games over the course of the last 3 years, and they have failed every damn time. And they did it today. They won back-to-back games. This had Knicks loss. What can you say about this game? This was a noon start for them on a back-to-back in which nothing was going. Forget about three-pointers not going in. Like, there was a lid on the basket. Mitchell Robinson was missing dunks. Julius Randle, I'm just thinking before how he's been below his career in terms of accuracy around the rim, and he couldn't hit anything around the rim today. This was just absolutely tailor-made for Nick should have put this team away early. Better team emerges late because they have guys who can shoot the three and the Knicks don't, and other team wins. And Terrence Ross hit some big threes. Nikola Vucevic hit some big shots. But I'll be damned if they did not figure out a way to win. And I feel like this one, we've had some big RJ games, right? I feel like the Houston win, RJ played a big role in that, but that was a team win because there were a lot of guys who put up numbers in that game. RJ has had some good games this year. He had a 2010 game earlier in the season. He almost had a 2010 game. I think it was yesterday. I don't know what the hell his final numbers were today. I don't really care what his final numbers were today. This was, I feel like, the first time in RJ Barrett's career where he won this game for the Knicks. Wasn't perfect. He put up a ghastly shot late in the last couple minutes, but he made enough plays to win. And if you're going to win in the NBA, you have to have usually a couple of guys you could hand the ball to when nothing is going right. And oh my God, was nothing going right for this team all game long, but especially in the second half. 22-10. Thank you or 22-11, one or the other. I'll take either. And he got it done. And Julius Randle, the late rebound. Yes, absolutely. Listen, I shave like once a month. Don't give me too much shit for it. Julius Randle, if he had this game last year, everybody would have been on him because they would have said he's forcing it, right? And I don't know how many assists he ended up with today. I looked late in the game. He only had one. I think it was a few more. Probably, but regardless, was he forcing a little bit? Sure. But you know what? I'm not sure that there was a shot that Julius Randle took today that I would define as like a terrible shot. Like, there were shots around the rim. He was taking some threes, but he made a three today. Or maybe made 2 threes today. Again, I forget. This was a gritty performance from Julius Randle. And to me, that he toughed it out. He finished the game, played 38 minutes. I mean, yes, he was obviously gassed. Yeah, only one. Thank you for chiming in. But the only other thing besides RJ, and I'm going to make this an abbreviated one because I have waiting for Mr. Thibodeau to show up on the screen there. The other thing I'm going to shout out. Actually, no, 2 more things I got to shout out. One is the defense. I know the Magic are undermanned, but they didn't get going until the 4th, and that's because the Knicks defense did not let up all game. And again, they played yesterday. And I know it was an early start yesterday, but it was an early start today. And this isn't a good team. And if I have one theme that I'm going to keep coming back to in this early going, It is the push and pull of Tibbs keeps talking about they're putting in the work. They're putting in the work. The practices are good. And they have to trust that the results will come if they continue to practice like they've been practicing. Well, that's a lot fucking easier said than done. Because eventually you have enough games like this, and guys are going to be like, to hell with this nonsense. They had a walkthrough, an intense walkthrough before this game today, which is not unheard of, but it is rare. So you have these guys putting in all this effort behind the scenes, and it could be really, really dicey if you don't start to see results. And if they lost this game, again, I would have been sitting here and I would have been talking about, man, are these guys going to continue to buy into what Thibodeau is selling? And now, lo and behold, this New York Knicks team that was picked to have the fewest wins in the league, and God knows they might still, is 7-8. You know, they are a game below 500. So kudos to Tibbs, kudos to Randle, kudos to RJ, and then the only other guy that I want to shout out, and quickly, I mean, the floater game is just awesome. But I think let's finish with this for everybody who. And I've been one of them. I wrote it several times over the last several weeks, who just could not wait to get Elfrid Payton out of the starting lineup and Emmanuel Quickley into it. And I'm not saying that that shouldn't be the case, because I do think Quickley's shooting opens up everything. And I do think one of the reasons we saw Quickley struggle in the second half there was because he was playing with the backups. And the backups were having off games. Obi had a kind of an off game. Knox had an off game. Rivers has, again, kind of reverted back to form. He had an off game. So I'm a little leery of anybody who looks at that second half performance from Quickley and uses it as a reason why he shouldn't be starting. I still think he should be starting. And the first half showed you that. Yes, last year we would have taken an L in this type of game. But Payton showed you today that there's a reason he's still getting minutes for an NBA team. Would he be getting minutes for any other NBA team? Maybe a handful at most. But he could still do some things. And I keep saying it. The reason why Payton needs to be pulled out of the starting lineup is because he has played badly. It's not because he can't still help a team win if he's playing well. And I thought he played well today. I don't know. Again, I don't know what his final stat line was. I don't care what his final stat line was, because nobody had a good final stat line. I'm pretty sure he was the only guy on the team that shot, that made more shots than he missed. So kudos to Quickley, kudos to Payton. I thought Mitch was a gamer today. You love to see that. Again, for a guy who has had some things about him questioned over the last 2 years, for him to go out there, he didn't need to go out and play today, but he did, and he was a gamer. And I thought his defense on Vooch, more or less, after those early couple of possessions where he wasn't sure, do I drop back or do I come out and contest? Other than those, I thought he played Vucevic as well as anybody could have played him. And that guy's friggin' amazing. Thought Noel gave him some nice minutes on defense. His hands are so goddamn good. I thought Bullock's gravity helped, as my daughter's crawling on the floor over here. Just a gritty win. A few people have mentioned Burks, and I think I got a question before about what do I think is going to happen if Burks is back on Thursday. If you would have asked me before this game, I probably would have said maybe Bullock goes to the bench. And now, I just think Bullock's defense is so important, and I do think he's he's other than Burks, the most reliable 3-point shooter on the team, because as Knox reminded you today, there are days when Knox, has off nights. I don't know, man. I don't know what they're going to do. Maybe Obi sits on the bench. Obi only played, 8-9 minutes today. Maybe Obi rides the pine for a couple games until they get some other injury where somebody sits out. No one's going to be happy with that. I don't know. This is one where I'm throwing up my hands, and I literally have no idea what they're going to do if Burks is back and healthy. But we'll figure. I'm still waiting for Tibbs, so I'll answer a couple more questions. What do you think about the news of the Cavs waiving or trading Kevin Porter Jr.? You can say hi to the people. Why not? Yeah, it's funny. I think the Knicks have a good thing going right now, and I think the Knicks have a good thing going in the locker room right now, in particular. And they would have to waive someone unless Kevin Porter Jr. wanted to sign a G League contract, which I don't think he does. He's going to want to if he's waived. And I don't think the Knicks want to waive anybody right now. I've been noticing the bench last game, this game. I meant to clip a GIF from it for the last newsletter, and I didn't have room. But like Theo Pinson just jumping up and down, going ape shit. Every time somebody does something good, I think somebody fell today, and Pinson and the rest of the bench was like running over to grab the guy. Like, there is a good vibe with this team right now. And I don't think the Knicks want to disrupt that by bringing some other team's problem into the mix. That's what you want? You want the water?
No, Mommy wants it.
Okay, you can take it. You have to say hi, though.
No.
Kids these days, they don't listen to you. It's a shame. Anyway, yeah, chemistry's looking good. What was my reaction to Ennis almost dying today? I don't have one. Other than that, I've always liked James Ennis. So, let's see. Rivers' timing is listen, Rivers is a hot and cold guy. He has hot days and he has cold. He won them the game, so he bought himself a lot of currency. Listen, last thing I want. Oh, hold on. Do yourself justice and watch Joshua Gidney from the NBL. He's on the same deal as Amelo had last year. I will do that. Joshua Gidney. I will watch him. Last thing I want to say very quickly, they listen less as they get older. Don't tell me that. Is happy Martin Luther King Jr. Day to everybody. I don't feel I talk more than I should already between this and the podcast and everything else. I don't have the words to properly express what Dr. King means to this country, means to humanity, means to me. But all I would ask, if you like me and you think and you get a kick out of my nonsense that I bring on here, there is one thing that I believe wholeheartedly, and I think it is something that Dr. King embodied, and that is just, be kind. The world is such a shitty place. Everybody just hates everybody else, and it stinks as it is. So if everybody just, was a little kinder, and that dude was really smart, and he thought people should be nice to each other. So let's try to be nice to each other, even when it's hard. And I know it's hard sometimes, but that's all. I love all of you. Thank you for always coming and watching these. And then, I'll see you. Thursday's late, right? Oh God, I'm going to take like a 2-hour nap before Thursday's game. If anybody's up, I'll see you after the game on Thursday. And as always, thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. All right, bye.